Welcome to ByteCoders. Today in our coding lab, we are going to learn something very important in Python data analysis, how to create a series in Pandas. Unlike lists or dictionaries, we do not use any special brackets to create a series. Instead, Python provides a function called series. By passing different Python objects like lists, dictionaries or strings into this function, Python converts the data into a series. So let's begin and explore how it works. Okay, everyone now pay attention because we are going to create series in different ways. Number one, what you have to do is you have to import the pandas library. So import pandas as PD. Now, firstly, we will create one empty series. What is an empty series? It is a series that does not have any data. So create one series object S and then just write pd.series and keep empty set of parentheses. No parameters would be inside, right? Okay. Now, then you just print S and finally you will find that the series is created with no data. So how is the output? Let's check it out. It says series, right, with empty square brackets, and the dtype is object. So remember this, that for the default data type of a series, it is, so the data type is object, but in the early versions of Python, the default data type was float 64. Okay, now this is the first one that we have created. Now we would create a second one, which is, I'll also put underline just to distinguish all the codes. Okay, so second one, we are going to create a series. So it's going to be series using an integer. So integer means what? A single value, right? So S1 equals to pd.series, and inside the parenthesis, I will pass one integer, let it be 10. That's it. Now if I print S1, what you will find, let's just run the code. So as you can see over here that the default index for the value 10 is 0. Okay, and the data type is int64. So that is series using an integer. Now what if we do a series using a float? So this time I'm going to create a series but using a float value. So 10.8 and let this be S2, right? So let me run the code. Series using and float, right? So if you are creating a series that has a single value like one integer or one float, then the index will be 0. Now we will be moving to creating series using lists. So series using an list, but list contains different data types. So list of integers, firstly I will be creating a list of integers. So for that, let me create one list, let's say num_l, where I will be holding a few values 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have a set of values from 10 to 15, and here instead of writing 10, I will just pass this list over here, and this is going to be S3. So if we run the code, we can see the output, right? So series using an list of integer, and see the indexing has started from 0 and it continued up to 5. So every time you run a series object, you will find the index is displayed on the left column and the data is on the right column, and in the bottom you will find the data type of the values. Okay, now if this is a list of integers, why don't we try creating a list of, this would be 3 and this would be 4, right? Okay, now we would be creating a list of float values. So I'll make all of the data float, like 10.1 11.9, 12.6, 13.4, okay, whatever, let it be, 14.4, 15.1. okay, and this is going to be S4, and instead of numl I'll make this as num2l. okay, num2l, and here I will be printing S4. Let me run the code for you. It will again start from the beginning because all the codes are running every time. So empty series, integer, list of integer, list of float, right? So the index remains the same way. This is the default indexing of series, which starts from 0 and ends with the last value that it contains. Like here we have 6 values, so 0 to 5. So 5 is the last index, and see here 64 is the data type, correct? Okay, moving to the next one. So now what to create? We will be creating a series using list of strings, right? So let's say word L equals to, now I'll be creating a list of strings. So I'll just put names of colors like red, yellow, blue, green. Okay, and then we just pass word L over here, make this as S5, and then we again check the output of the series. Okay, now this time it would be different. Okay, so check the output where all the values are individually placed for one index, correct? Starting from 0 to 3, and here the data type is str. Now anyone who has ever done pandas earlier would know one thing, that in the previous versions of pandas, and even in your IP books you will find this, that it stated that for strings data type is object. So in the earlier Python versions, the data type for string data used to be object, but right now Python has made it to be str. Okay, now we do the next one, which is, now we won't be creating a list anymore, but now we will create a series. Okay, I'll just change the numbers. Okay, so now I'm going to create a series using only strings rather than creating a list of strings, only strings. So maybe we can put a quote over here as a string, and let's see how the output comes. So I'm going to put a quote like nothing is impossible. Okay, and we would pass quote into this and then just print S6. Okay, see, this is the output of the last code that we have written, series using strings, and see the entire string has appeared in one index, which is 0. But let me tell you again, over here in the earlier versions, in the previous pandas versions, used to be in a different way, where all the alphabets used to appear for one index like N, O, T, H in separate lines. Even in the IP books, the same old concept would be written, but if you try the codes right now, you will notice this is the difference. How the output comes right now used to be different. Next part, we create a series using our dictionary. Now things really change when we create a series using dictionary. Why it changes? Because the keys of the dictionary becomes the index of the series, right? So we will create one dictionary. Let's say product is my dictionary, where I will put items like laptop, and then maybe we just put the quantity of laptops sold, something like that. So let's say 1000 pieces of laptops were sold. Let's say webcam, 2400 pieces were sold, and let's say mouse, for this let's say 5000 pieces were sold. So we have this data inside a dictionary. This is a dictionary, right? And here we put it inside the series function, and then if you print this, you will find laptop, webcam and mouse has become the index of your series. So that's quite interesting. So notice that unlike the other series that we had created, when we create using dictionary, all of the keys have become our index and the value of the dictionary has become the data. And also notice the data type is always based on the data, not the index. Okay, so only it's showing as in64. Now, for the last kind of series today, we would be creating a series using the range function. Yes, so series using range function. If you remember, range function is something that we used to do for loops mainly, like for I in range. So what happens in range function? We give a range of values, right? So we are not creating any other object because we will put range inside this range, and inside range you can put a start, stop and a step. So let's say we'll try it in two different ways. If I start from 2 to 20, then it would create values starting from 2 to 19, correct? So this is S8. I will make the modifications. This is S8 and I will run the code. Okay, now I'll just run the code. Yes, so series using range. See, if you have to add so many values, it's very simple. You can just put the range function and it has created everything starting from 2 to 19, right? And we can also add a step counter over here. Like let's say if I add 3, then it will always print the third value. So 2, 5, 8, 11, 14 and 17 is the values that it had created. So that's so interesting. Thank you for learning with ByteCoders. I hope this lesson helped you understand how to create a series in Pandas. If you enjoyed the class, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the ByteCoders channel for more Python and CBSE Informatics Practices lessons. Keep practicing, keep coding, and I will see you in the next class on series data types.